Welcome back to the Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast, and our Chat GPT series returns. And what they're doing right now is Chat GPT is listing the top 10 best wrestlers in the world according, like I said, to Chat GPT. Not me, not you, not anybody else, but you can comment in the comments whether you agree with this list, whether people have missed off this list, or people who shouldn't be on the list even. But look, let's get into it. Remember, this is going in reverse order from 10 being the 10th best wrestler in the world right now to 1 the best wrestler in the world right now. And Chat GPT at number 10 has put Kalichke Okada. According to Chat GPT, it's a generational talent. He's still putting in top tier performances in AEW. His character work, if anything, in AEW has come a long way, from my opinion. He's a very much a fun character to be in AEW, with his famous saying right now being bitch. Well, he probably would call ChatGPT a bitch if he was left off of this list. So the fact that he's on it at number 10, could it be a controversial pick? That is down to you in the comments below. But ChatGPT has put him at number 10. Right, let's move on. Number 9 on the list, MJF. Is he the ninth? I mean, that's a very controversial one. He's been missing for a lot of 2025, really. He peaked a little bit with the contract situation, and then it kind of died down a little bit. But according to ChatGPT, one of the best heels and promo guys in the business, which is hard to disagree with, and can go in the ring and carry big time main events. And again, that is very hard to argue with. Would you put him on the list, considering, as I said, last sort of 12 to 18 months, MJF really hasn't been around much? But if you're looking at from a career perspective, maybe he's there. Again, that is for you, the great audience of the Hitting the Turnbuckle, to decide. Make sure you drop it down in the comments or respond to the post on social media. Number 7 in the list, Gunther. I think he'd be a bit higher on my list, to be quite honest with you. But GBT puts him at number 7 on the list. Dominated as both world and intercontinental champions, which he did with hard-hitting classic matches, is the write-up. And again, very hard to argue with that. Brings a strong style aura to WWE that is unique. I think Gunther is a unique character. I certainly wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of one of his chops, if anything. And he's pulled out some of the best matches. He has retired Bill Goldberg this year, of course, as well. Well, he's part of Goldberg's last match, didn't really retire him, but you know what I mean on that one. And he does pull out some fantastic displays of work. Very old school in a lot of bits as well with Gunther. I agree with it. I just think maybe a bit higher up my list would be the ring general, but 6 is where he is. Interesting. Next one on the list, Swerve Strickland. This is a guy that I think has really propelled himself in AEW and probably shown what he's really capable of. There was many years in the WWE that it really didn't work out for Swerve. Maybe the gimmick, maybe what he was doing with Hit Row. And he's gone given opportunity in AEW to really deliver his best work, and he certainly has done that. In AEW, I think he has been a tremendous acquisition for them. I agree probably with the position on the list, to be quite honest with you. I think that's a great place for Swerve Strickland to be. And I think he's still got some of the best years ahead of him. And maybe if you run this list next year, ChatGPT may have him higher up the list. Do you think he should be on this part of the list? That is the question. We'll leave it up to you, the good fans, to decide. Next on the list. Wow, that is a shocker. That far down. CM Punk. I don't know if Punk, he still draws major attention. He's still controversial. We're talking number 5 on the list here. CM Punk. Is he number 5? Should he be higher up from his career? We know there's controversy near enough everywhere CM Punk goes, but 5 right now, doing his, arguably doing some of his best work right now in the WWE. Seems to be having a lot of fun as well, which is important considering everything that's happened, all the controversy in AEW. But CM Punk is number 5 on the Chat GPT list. That is a controversial pick, in my opinion. Anyway, let's move on. Get into the big one, the big top lot now on here for the Tribal Chief. Sorry, that was 5. Tribal Chief is 5. CM Punk was 6. The Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, is at 5. Interesting pick at 5, Roman Reigns. I get the numbers confused on here. But Roman Reigns, 5th best wrestler in the world. Um, I think with with Roman, and GPT says it right here. It's not about match quantity. It's about the presence, psychology, and storytelling that he brings. And I think over the last 3 or so years, you know, with one of the longest title reign for about 50 odd years, Roman Reigns certainly delivered that. Obviously, since the bloodlines kind of, fallen away, he's fallen away slightly, which is maybe why 5 would have been 18 months ago, maybe as short as 12 months ago. Who knows? But since the bloodlines kind of dismantled properly, I know we're until about the 5th or 6th innings of the bloodline that we got on SmackDown at the minute, but I feel as if he's dropped down, and I kind of agree with where Chat GPT's put him now on this list. The OTC is 5, halfway through the list. I'm sorry if I've got the numbers confused, guys. It is what it is. I'm no good at math. What can I say? But Roman Reigns, 5 on the list. Let's see who's made the top 4, beginning with Kenny Omega. Now, I think ChatGPT's looked at this from a longevity point of view. Obviously, Kenny's been out a hell of a long time with his injuries, but even post injuries, he remains a dynamic and elite performer. And ChatGPT also makes a good point. His match catalogue is indeed one of the best in wrestling history. And again, we're talking about hard to argue with that. I can't argue with that. I think that's pretty much spot on from ChatGPT. Kenny Omega, if you look at I don't really care about Meltzer's ratings, but if you look at yourself, when you watch Kenny Omega in that ring, the one thing he delivers is fantastic matches without a shadow of a doubt. No one should really disagree with that. And the injury aside, he has been the 5-star match man, really, Kenny Omega. You could say someone who's not on this list, actually, who I've just looked through, is John Cena. Maybe an honourable mention there, but big match Omega in this case always delivers the 5-star matches. Let's get down to the top 3. Third best wrestler in the world, according to ChatGPT, is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Obviously, the WrestleMania 40 finishes story. Lost the championship, recently regained the World Heavyweight Championship from John Cena at SummerSlam. The guy who bet on himself, left the WWE, went onto the Indies, had a hand in creating AEW, come back to WWE and won the one thing that has eluded his family for generations. Cody has absolutely delivered in every which way possible. And I think if you coin the phrase bet on yourself, there should be a picture of Cody Rhodes right there. And that for me is why. And I agree how high he's up the list. Many people's number 1, maybe. Who knows? We'll have, that's down to you in the comments. But let's choose. Let's choose. Let's see who ChatGPT has put at number 2 in the best wrestlers in the world currently. Seth freaking Rollins. Well, according to ChatGPT, a workhorse in the WWE and still a top tier performer. He has incredible versatility from a technical to a high flying to character work. Totally agree with that. And also a fantastic mind, I think, for the business now as well. We've seen what he's done recently when he won the championship, when he cashed in Money in the Bank, when we all thought he was injured, comes out on his crutches, drops the crutches and cashes in Money in the Bank against old foe CM Punk. Seth Rollins is really the definition of the word workhorse, especially in the WWE, but perhaps in wrestling. Again, maybe some wrestlers number ones. That's down for you guys to tell us below. But now, let's see who ChatGPT has picked as number one as best wrestler in the world. The aerial assassin, the UK's own Essex brother, not literally from me, but Will Ospreay, and they've put down here one of the best in-ring performers on the planet. Delivers elite level matches consistently. Charisma, storytelling, and work rate are unmatched. Charisma, storytelling, work rate, and elite level matches. I don't think I need to say any more than that, because that's exactly what Will Ospreay brings. And the fact of the matter is, he's still traveling back to the UK from the States. So people that say he hid from the grind, I'm not quite sure that is true at all. Will Ospreay is currently, according to ChatGPT, the best wrestler in the world. Tell us what you think in the comments below, and we'll see you next time on another ChatGPT special on the Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast.